Hey everyone, it's Alex. I'm the College Town Agent, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about what lessons I've learned working with college students, and maybe what's going to help you become a successful real estate agent if you are looking to join the industry. Hopefully, you've watched my intro video. Thank you so much for being here. It's an absolute honor to have you on the channel today. And in these videos, we talk a lot about real estate and the opportunity that's involved. And you may be a college student located in another town, and it's totally cool. I'm so excited you're here. As always, I'm going to make sure this is a point in all the videos, but make sure you just leave down in the comments what town you're in and or what college is there, and maybe you can give me their war cry or whatever. Maybe you can talk a little trash in the comments, but if you do enjoy the content today, make sure head over to my Discord. I just have it called Better Agent Community. You can find the links here, and we'd love to see you there, especially if you have any questions, if you're a newer agent. So in today's video, we're talking about what I've learned turning college students into successful real estate agents. I've had the pure pleasure working with a ton of college students. And what's really cool is that in my local MLS, our multiple listing service, our local association of realtors, I've had the pleasure and honor of training, and basically I call them raising my kids, raising two college kids to become rookies of the year in our town. And one of them's still with me. One of them's a very successful independent agent herself, and still very good friends today. And just I felt like this was a pretty good video to get kind of kick off this whole channel for you guys. So like I said, I'm in a college town. I run a real estate team. You can find more about that in the intro. I'm not going to bore you to death about it. But so why did I have a couple points here that I'm looking at. So we'll just kind of talk through them. It's nothing totally scripted. Hopefully I don't have to cut this video anywhere. These are going to be straight shots. So why did I start working with college students? So number one, I'm in a college town. I started realizing that I wanted to work with college students pretty much from the point I partnered with my partner. My partner, Mary Gale, when we first started working together, I think she may have been like 23, 22, fresh out of college, got into real estate, very successful, helped me on a really awesome deal. Maybe I'll tell you that story another time. But then we started growing a team and looking at the opportunity. And it's nothing against experienced agents and older agents by no means. I think it's more of a mentality, but I have more of a younger mentality and a go-getter mentality. And I'm competitive, and I always enjoyed being around the spirit of college students. I mean, I was a college student, not at Auburn, but at another school, and very competitive, played a college sport. And I always kind of enjoyed that spirit, that youthfulness. I think that's what makes like college football, SEC football, just so special. It's just that energy that you get around. And it's the same thing with college students. And when we started growing our team, we had a need for bringing in an intern, someone to help us with our mailers and marketing. And so we hired some college kids that came through kind of our network, pretty organic, people just looking for, hey, I'm thinking about getting into the real estate world, and I'd love to learn more about the business. Anything I can do, I want to help you out. If you need an assistant, front desk, whatever, a runner, I love that enthusiasm from the college kids. And so that's really kind of the energy. Now, what's kind of cool about our company is that like our team, the ACUF Weekly Group, when we first started it, when we first changed the name, because my partner got married in 2020, when we had swapped companies to where we're at today, we really were like, we want to rebrand ourselves because she got married. We had to change her name, and it's this whole thing. And so we wanted to rebrand ourselves something unique. And I reached out to one of my past clients who was a professor at the university, and I knew he worked in graphic design. And as I was talking to him, I said, man, do you have anyone that could design a logo for us and kind of like a brand kit? And it was really cool because he was like, absolutely. So he gave us his number one student for it. And we just really, really locked in with him and had drawn out some ideas and got to know him and share who we are. And he popped out like literally in less than half a day or a day. He popped out this brand kit and logo, and it was awesome. Since then, we've done some iterations to it, but I mean, like kicking off, like first time, like the origins of our company is covered in college students. So it's so cool to share with you, because if you're thinking about getting into real estate, there's so many different ways I say to skin a cat in real estate and to get in. And if you're like, let's just say you're in graphic design, a good opportunity would be to go and talk to agents about maybe what their logo is or what their marketing looks like. Take a look at their website. There's some things that need updated. You guys are probably more qualified to create the logo design files and everything for agents. Most people just make them on Canva. And I know that makes a lot of people cringe that are like the diehard Adobe people. But yeah, so long story short, we worked with the college student to get our logo and everything created. And then we started hiring interns to help us with marketing. One thing that's a core piece of our business is our mailers. And so ever since the beginning, we've always sent out mailers to our database and to neighborhoods and to condo owners and stuff. If you're in a big college town, you probably have condos, and so, or parents that own condos. And so we brought on an intern to help us with that. And what they bring that experienced agents sometimes lack is the energy that we want in the office. And that was always important to us. So, and that's always like really underestimated, especially being young, because if you've never sold real estate and you've only rented or something like that, you have this big fearful mindset of this giant obligation to be the expert in the business. And, someone's going to ask you how long you've been in real estate. How old are you? You don't sound like you're very old, and they're going to know. But, it's all about the energy you bring and the attitude and the mentality in those conversations. And what we find is we didn't have a whole lot of luck hiring agents that were a little bit older. So we really enjoyed working with college kids, and just the younger generation seems to be kind of like our niche of agents that we love to work with. So yeah, that's what they bring over the experienced agents. It's just really that energy. And I'll get to that intern that does marketing, but my next point is the biggest misconceptions young people have about real estate. And I guess I've kind of covered some of those, but some of the biggest misconceptions is that I've never bought and sold, and I have this mindset that I'm not worthy to do the transactions. And I run into this all the time, and we have to lean on each other. You've got to find people to hook arms with. When I got into real estate, I mean, heck, I was 27 and I never sold a home, never bought a home, didn't have much money. And to convince someone to work with me was really hard, because you kind of feel like you're working from a false narrative to begin with, but you have to believe first. Sometimes you have to fake it a little more until you make it, right? And then, recently we were just doing a meeting, an exercise that we do every quarter called Go Into the Board. And one of our agents, young agents, brand new, she's in what we call the pit of despair, where you get started in real estate, you're very excited, you go a couple months, but you have nothing on the board, you have nothing in the pipeline. And some tears were shed, but the reality is that she said it, and I was so proud of her, is that she spoke out loud and said, I'm in this transition of life that I feel like I don't know who I am, and that I'm changing and I can't control it. And she went from being in college, in her friend group, in school, those responsibilities that are now gone, her friends that took jobs in other towns that have left, and she's the only one living maybe in a 4 or 5 bedroom house, sitting there going, man, what am I doing in my life? Am I doing the right thing? Do I need a 9 to 5? And there's a lot of those thoughts that will run through your mind when you get into real estate. And that's a harsh reality, but it is the reality. And I think, and that's what I want to convey to you, is that those are normal. Those are normal things. And, some young agents come out hot and they'll start throwing up deals. They've got a great sphere. Maybe they're from the town, but maybe you're not from the college town that you want to stay in. And you're going, man, do I just move home? I mean, I had the same thought when I lived in Atlanta. I was like, do I just move home to work with my dad and try and build homes? And my dad was like, that's a terrible idea. You need to move to Auburn and you should get into real estate. Best advice I ever took. Um, but yeah, so that's really kind of the biggest misconception. There's some big misconceptions, when you're young in real estate, those thoughts of not feeling like you're worthy of the client and everything. So, just know that those are normal. If you have questions around that, you can shoot them out in the Discord. There's actually some other team leaders in there as well. It's not just me. People with a lot of great experience, some high performing teams. We'll sell somewhere between 250 to 300 homes this year. And I definitely did not start off like that. We've worked really, really hard to do that. And there's some other team leaders that are absolutely crushing it as well, selling hundreds of homes. And so I'm excited for you to dive in, and you never know. You may find a great connection with one of the team leaders, and maybe they're in your area. Maybe you could work with them. Or if you're looking for that opportunity and you're in a different town, reach out to me, because I swear it seems like I know a team leader that's awesome in like everywhere I look, every college town, there's somebody. Next point, I'll keep moving. So what separates the students who succeed from those who disappear? This is always a hard one for me, because I'll tell you this, it's easy to give up. You're in a job where you're a contractor. You're not a W-2 employee. We don't demand you to show up. No one, you're betting on yourself every day when you wake up. It's you versus you. And every other agent that has a license is doing the same thing. It doesn't matter if they sell a home every day or if they've never sold a home. We all start off at the same block every morning, and it's all about finding opportunities. I heard a recent quote about sales, and sales is just exceeding someone's expectations. And I love the simplicity of that, because it's a very simple quote, and it's easy for you to attach that to who you can be and who you want to be and living that life. When it comes to the agents that typically fall off, it's because, to be honest with you, they do too much. They come in hot. They are somewhat coachable. Maybe they're coachable in the beginning, but the rock star agents that come out, the young kids that think they're just, the hottest thing, and they go at it, and maybe they go through a boot camp, they make a bunch of cold calls, and they get in there, they're really energized. And then a couple of weeks later, they're like, nothing's working. And, honestly, it's mostly just mentality. And honestly, not listening to the other person on the other side of the line, because I can guarantee you this, the consumer will not know more than you, even if you're new, most of the time. So, but the ones who do succeed, what I love about a college kid getting into real estate is that you've been a student for 4 years or however many years, or if you're coming out of high school, you've been a student. Your job is to continue to be the student. Do the little things, read the syllabus, read the lessons, memorize what you need to memorize, chat GPT, whatever you want to chat GPT, and use the resources ahead of you. One of the biggest differences is that, and I wasn't a very good student. You're talking to a C student here, at best, is that the rules of school do not apply to the real life, in my opinion. You can cheat, you can use things, and cheat in a good way is what I mean. Not like cheat like screwing someone over, but you can use AI, you can use scripts, you can lean on others. There's so many resources out there. And, we always tell people getting in the business, you've got to learn, you've got to be the resource first. You've got to be able to create value and exceed the expectations of the person that you're calling or talking to, someone in your sphere. Because like I said earlier, you're going to have Mick talking to you. I learned that from a coach. MIC stands for My Inner Cynic, and it's going to talk to you a lot, and it's going to make you fear the business a whole lot. But yes, if you want to separate yourself, is number one, I would say in today's world in 2026, if you're a student, never been in real estate, join a team. If you're in school and looking for an opportunity in real estate to learn about it, the best angle that our agents have taken that are newer is they come and join us as interns, and they help us with our mailers. It does a couple things. Number one, you become a very pivotal piece of a team because you're handling lead generation that you have no idea what it's worth. It's incredibly valuable what you do. You learn the town, you're around the agents. I tell people, become the sponge, be the sponge in the room. You want to hear and listen to everything you can, absorb it. Find opportunities to insert yourself to be of value to the agents around you, and surround yourself with people that want you to be better as well as them. The last thing you want to do is join a company where everybody shuts their doors, or they don't want your help. They won't let you do open houses, stuff like that. But if you're new and you don't have a license, one of the best things you can do is offer to do some marketing for them. Be a runner. Tell them you just want to shadow them. I know that's sometimes a little hard to say to somebody, but because they're typically busy and you don't want to bug them. But I would just say, find that kind of opportunity in your town. I guarantee you it exists. You just haven't talked to the right person yet. And like I said earlier, if you need a resource for that, just reach out to me in the Discord, and we can definitely hook you up. Like, I'll find you somebody. So one specific story or lesson from our team, and this is a very recent story, as in like today. So I was sitting down with our top agent on the team, and we were talking about the other agent that I was telling you, who is in the pit of despair and really wanted to, who just was really questioning things as far as what she's doing in real estate. And she looks at me, and like the agent had left, and she's like, I am Julia. I am literally her. And I was her. She is me. And this girl, she's won Rookie of the Year. She started off as an intern helping us with mailers. She joined the company, got with one of our top agents, learned everything she could, found a way to insert herself. Didn't really have a great sphere around town, but had the mentality that she's like, I'm going to stay in the box as long as possible until I become successful. And she slowly rose up, really started building her skills, her confidence. And the next thing we know, she's crushing in real estate, making probably 3 or 4 times the average income of her friends, and becoming the human that she wanted to become. And that's what we're here to do. And she's like, and like, what I love about our team and I love about the people is that we all speak that language. And it's like, she goes, I want to pour into her. I want to bring her in, and we'll do this. We'll do some type of showing partner. We'll get together and we'll work on whatever she feels like she wants to work on. I'm going to link arms with her. I'm her sponsor. I want to do everything I can, because the girl has true signs of greatness, but she doesn't see it yet, because, I always tell people it's hard to see your way through the woods when you're running next to the trees. And that's why you get with someone that's more experienced, or a team, because they typically have an 8,000 foot viewpoint looking down, going, okay, this is the trail. That's the trail I ran. These are the turns I made. Don't go that way. Go this way. Do this, do that, and just absorb it all in. And so that's really, as far as practical advice for you as a student, practical advice is start researching teams. Look up on YouTube, look up on Instagram, find the agents that are putting out content. They're typically oriented towards wanting to talk more. And if there's an opportunity for you, I would just say you're probably going to get a lot of no's if you start calling single agents, because they may not know what to do to help you, or what you can actually do for them. Because one big fault of working with real estate agents is that we are self-absorbed in our own transactions and doing every little thing, is that if we think to stop that we've got to train somebody, that's just going to slow us down. Don't take it personally. It's just how most agents operate. So if you're a student and you're looking for the opportunity, find somewhere to insert yourself from marketing or helping an agent, assisting them as much as you can. Mailers is a really nice touch, something that creates like manual labor. I'll be honest with you. Like we always make a joke, like our interns have the strongest arms and they know the most roads in town because they've wrote so many addresses. They come into real estate and they already know every road, every neighborhood, and they've gotten used to seeing the names of all the owners and everything. So it's always kind of a cool transition. If you're a newer agent, let's just say you're not in college or just after college, and you're looking at it as a career, I would just say, YouTube's your friend. Find a podcast that you love. There's several of them. We like to share things like videos and great podcasts and some advice on the Discord. So you can find a lot there, or just ask questions if you don't see it. And for new agents, I would just say be committed to the process. Don't be so married to doing a million videos for social media necessarily to begin with. One of the biggest faults I see is that agents that glamorize the idea of doing social media videos, and they think that that's going to grow their business immediately. But the harsh reality, even if you talk to if you listen to like Gary Vaynerchuk or any of these people that are the leaders in the industry, they'll all tell you social media and content is the long game. Understand that it takes 5 to 7 hours of content for the person to consume before they're probably even going to pick up the phone to talk to you. So if you're going to do it, just know if you do 20 videos, there's going to be 15 of them that are going to flop, maybe get 200 views. You maybe have 2 videos out of 20 that actually hit. But you've got to be able to get beyond that point because you're going to feel real discouraged. And new agents, get on the phone, find people with databases, talk to agents, talk to teams. Don't worry about splits. People love to talk about splits. And I will tell you, it's probably one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is judging the team that you join by how good the commission split is. Commission splits are only good to talk about if you close deals. If you're not closing deals, you don't need to talk about them. You need experience. The experience is worth more than the commission check. I'm telling you. And if you're a team leader, maybe you've gotten some insight in this video today about how we work with interns and what the opportunity is. I have a lot of interns that turn into agents. I've got a top agent down in Orange Beach. We got a couple top agents here locally in Auburn. And, my goal is to continue to pour into that into this community and grow your business wherever you are around the world, in the country. If you're an SEC school, sweet. If not, super cool too. I'd love to learn about you and your town and what you got going on. But yeah, so thanks so much. I know it's kind of a long-winded video, but this is the College Town Agent. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to do it pretty unscripted. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. You can hit the bell notification if you just want to be notified when we put out a new video. My goal is to put out 2 videos a week. I hope I do it. But you can definitely catch me every single day in the Discord, and I will answer, I will post. We talk about wins. We talk about just regular chat, what's going on. If you like guitar, if you have some music you want to send me to learn, I'd love to. I played guitar since I was 13, put it down for like 10 years, and now I'm kind of back at it. So I would love to hear what you think, and look forward to meeting you guys. I think it's an awesome opportunity for us to collaborate, and we'll see you guys in the next video.